Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this evening for the annual Catch a Rising Star Gala. I am somebody. I'm Art Holliday, and I will be your MC for the evening. It's a pleasure to be back with you on this night. Thank you. Now, not that I'm fishing for applause or anything, but did you all know that this summer will be my 40th anniversary at KSDK? How did I last that long? We have an amazing night in store for you tonight. The program includes a student interview, some special acknowledgments, an amazing meal, and a special presentation from the upcoming school production of Aladdin. In addition, tonight we'll be live streaming on Facebook Live. So, while we are here right now, everyone pull out your cell phone. Usually we're asking you to put them away. Now we're asking you to pull them out. Go to your Facebook page. If you have a Facebook page. And search for LaSalle School. I'll give you a moment. All right, hey, there we go. If you have a problem, see this gentleman in the yellow tie. Okay, once there, hit the share button and post it to your Facebook page for all of your friends and family to see who could not be here tonight. And if you don't have Facebook on your phone, and by the reaction, some of you don't, just text your friends and family and tell them they can watch us live on Facebook by going to LaSalle Middle School. Those instructions weren't that difficult, were they? Well, that's true. So maybe you can grab a teenager because they know all about this stuff. So you are going to have a great time tonight. And for those of you who may be unfamiliar with LaSalle Middle School, there is a phrase that you will hear echoed throughout the hallways, and that is, I am somebody. Let's practice. I am somebody. Is that the best we can do? Come on. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. This belief is instilled daily into all the students, staff, and visitors of LaSalle Middle School. Through LaSallian values, there is a firm belief that each person has intrinsic value and uniquely contributes to the good of the whole in our own brilliant and wonderful way. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to learn about how students are living these values and the impact it has on not only their own educational dreams, but also our community. Each LaSalle somebody is growing into an adult with the education, care, and zeal to be change agents in their own neighborhoods, with a heart for their community, our St. Louis, and a desire to serve. I will be back shortly, but for now, you can direct your attention to the screen.
I'm Jai Smith, and this is a day in my life at LaSalle Middle School.
Should I ask Mr. Guy if he was running you up there?
Right, mister. He's still here. He ain't left his foot.
Robert Johnson.
You supposed to be going to her group?
Yeah.
This is going to be the lily pad for our 3D flowers. So, first step, draw a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be a circle. Because we're going to end up cutting it out, and then once we cut it out, we're going to cut out a little so you're just going to do it, alright? You're going to do it, you're going to ball it.
They stealing my stuff. Give me here. I'm sorry. You trying to throw stuff on the floor.
Oh, wait. How you doing, Ronald?
It's a class you're on your way to right now.
Miss Kraut.
Miss Kraut?
I gotta do my essay in her class. I was mistaken.
That's what you've been doing so far this morning.
App testing.
Map testing?
Yeah, sitting in the classroom.
Yeah.
Good question, D. So number of students in each class, you want to look up the school's ratio. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The ratio looks like this. Does that make sense, Jay?
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? The
Like
ratio.
like in Clark Atlanta University, it's 20 students to one.
Thank you. Now you like that?
So what y'all been working on today?
Like today, all today.
This class, what y'all been learning about?
College, career, and how to find what kind of college we like, and what we want to do, our professions and our majors. And I said filming and production, or a teacher if that don't work out. And I think I'm gonna do teaching.
Yeah, okay.
What you want to do?
Be a SWAT.
SWAT? How about yourself?
Law enforcement.
Law enforcement? What you trying to do? You don't know? You still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I'm still trying to
Okay.
You said game design.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want to be a cartoonist.
Oh yeah, I want to be a
I want
game
to be a
designer.
cartoonist.
Okay, so we are watching the Salute game, and the Salute guys are winning, and LaSalle is not. So, yeah.
What y'all working on today?
Oh my God.
I mean, so we working on graphs. We doing line graphs in science class.
In science class?
It's math practice. And we gotta find like the how long the bicycle traveled and what the time is and what the speed is. It's not complicated. It's just I don't like doing it, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you don't like. The math test.
Huh?
The math test.
Do y'all think y'all did good?
Probably.
I know. I think I did good. I think I did good. Yeah, I know I do. I know I did. I know.
I read over it twice.
Yeah, you about to go? Why?
That was a day in the life for Jai. What an amazing video and interesting insight into the life of one of the students. So tonight, we're going to talk to the young man featured in the video. So please welcome to the stage, Mr. Jai Smith. Jai, how are you tonight?
Pretty good.
You're rocking the bow tie. We got the bow tie thing going tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. So tell us about your film project and how you put it together.
I decided to do the filming project because I wanted to document like how a LaSalle student goes through the day.
Now, I know a little bit about being in front of the camera. In the beginning, when I started off, it was kind of nervous. Were you nervous?
A little bit.
You didn't seem to be. You pulled it off. What do you think? Didn't he pull it off? So share with the audience tonight what you enjoy most about being a LaSalle student.
I enjoy how small the school is and the number of students that go there, and plus the enrichment classes.
You have plans to go to college?
Yes.
Do you know what you want to study?
Film and production, or either teacher.
So you might be a filmmaker someday.
Yes.
So we might go to the movie theater and see a film by Jai. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, good luck with that. So share with us, if you would, why you think you want to go to college and possibly study film.
I like to share my life a lot with like my life stories, and like to get people to see actually what my life stories are, and I like filming and editing.
And in your spare time, when you're not dreaming of being the next Spike Lee, what do you like to do for fun?
Filming and editing.
Good answer. That's how you get to live out your dream. You know, when your dream is also your fun, you got it made. Because then you're not going to work. So we're almost done with this interview. Is it kind of nervous to look out there and see all those faces?
A little bit.
Well, now here's what I learned. A few years ago, my wife was asking me, you know, because she had to get up in front of an audience, and I said, well, just remember that everyone here is rooting for you, and that should take all the pressure away. So they're rooting for you. So that's got to make you feel good. Jai, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, that was great. That was awesome. Jai, well done. So at this point, I'm the only thing standing between you and a meal. So I'm going to sit down because the MC rarely gets to finish a meal. So I'm going to eat as much as I can. And then I'll be back a little bit later and we'll continue the evening, and we're going to raise a lot of money tonight, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Enjoy your meal. We hope you enjoyed the dining and catching up with friends. And as a reminder, the remainder of our program is being live streamed. So we're going to do this again. Remember to log onto Facebook and search for LaSalle Middle School. Once there, find the live video feed, hit share video. We want to connect as many people this evening with the mission and work of De La Salle. I would now like to welcome to the stage the Advancement Director of De La Salle, McFarland Duncan.
Good evening. I am somebody. I am McFarland Duncan. How are you guys doing tonight? Now, come on, come on, give me a little bit more. Come on, how are we doing tonight? Thank you. Thank you. So tonight would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, and I would like to acknowledge them tonight. Please hold your applause until all sponsors have been acknowledged. Edward Jones, Dr. William H. Danforth, Mr. and Ms. Tom Guillon, Canon Design, ECM Group, ESCO Technologies, Express Scripts, Maryville University, PNC, Simmons Hanley Conroy, Rodney and Patricia Harrison, Christian Brothers College High School, Jackie Jones, Bob and Nikki Mills, Mr. and Mrs. Phil Tobin. Thank you all. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. In addition to our sponsors, I definitely can't let tonight go without thanking some other supporters in this room tonight without them, this night would not be possible. So all of the LaSalle and De La Salle staff, could you please stand up so everybody can see you and we can. And when I say this night would not be possible without them, I'm not talking about just the gala. I'm talking about every single day, that the hours that everybody puts in, supporting our students, supporting each other, and just making sure our kids have an amazing experience to become the best that they can be. That's what I'm talking about in terms of support. Of course, they did an amazing job tonight, but sometimes, we just want to make sure that we acknowledge, acknowledge you all for everything that you do. So give them a round of applause one more time. So, moving on. Tonight, there are some individuals and organizations that we would like to recognize for their support of De La Salle and LaSalle Middle School over the past year and their overall continuous work in support of our mission. These individuals and organizations embody our core values of care, community, inclusivity, service, justice, and zeal. Joining me on stage to pass out awards will be Muriel Smith, Executive Director of De La Salle, and Patricia Harrison, co-chair of tonight's gala. For right now, please welcome Patricia Harrison to the stage.
Good evening. I am somebody. Thank you. Yes, I am somebody. I am Tricia Harrison, and I have to put on these readers now that I'm older. And first, on behalf of the board of De La Salle, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. We could not do this without all of you being present. We are so excited for you to enjoy our evening and to honor our kids, and we have some really special people to honor tonight. This is our first year that we've decided to have an Alumni of the Year. And so this year, that person is Corey Stewart Glaze. In 2001, Corey was in our first class when we were located at St. Matthew's Parish. In 2004, he was in our first graduating class. He attended and graduated from CBC High School, and in 2012, he graduated from Westminster College. He embodies all that is the legacy and future of De La Salle. He unabashedly and unapologetically lives the mission and its values. He shows care and inclusivity by building trusting relationships with diverse groups of people, and his friendships are very wide. He is kind and thoughtful in all that he does, and frankly, there is not a person that he meets that he doesn't like, and there's not a person that meets him that doesn't like him. He received the Model of Justice Award from CBC High School in 2008. This award is given annually to a graduating senior who exemplifies a commitment to the community, to service, and to justice. He's also a service-minded entrepreneur. He started his own sock company, which I'm sure he'll flash his socks for us tonight. They're fabulous, and he'll give out his website for his designs. But recently, he collected socks for the homeless as part of his company's commitment to our community. And zeal. All you have to do is meet Corey, and you will feel and see his zeal for life and his passion for our mission. When we ask him to do something for De La Salle, he does it, and he gives back in any way that he can. So I now ask you to please join me in welcoming Corey Stewart Glaze to the stage. Corey will be back later to talk more.
Sorry, I have to find my page. Good evening, everyone. I am somebody. Very good. You're learning. I am Muriel Smith. I'm the Executive Director of De La Salle. Our next honoree is an organization that has been very supportive in making sure we provide our students with the best learning experience that they can receive. The Norman J. Stupp Foundation has been supporting our organization for 15 years. Over that time, Stupp Foundation has provided $143,000 in funding for our graduate support program. For those who aren't familiar with our graduate support program, the program is a huge part of how we help our students and graduates. Our graduate support program assists our graduates and their families with applying to and affording high school, staying in high school, and graduating, applying to and affording post-secondary education, and matriculating to college and post-secondary training. Stupp has been an excellent partner in helping to achieve our goals for our graduates. We are grateful for their annual support and partnership. Please welcome to the stage to accept the award for Stupp Foundation, Cynthia Krim.
So apparently I'm late and I didn't know it. Unlike Trish, I have to take off my glasses in order to read. Good evening, I am somebody. I am LaShanda Boone, the head of school of LaSalle Charter School, and I have the pleasure of introducing the De La Salle Guiding Star Person of the Year. To receive the Guiding Star Award, the recipient is not only recognized for exemplifying our core values of care, inclusivity, community, service, justice, and zeal, but also for shining their light to guide the mission of our organization of making a quality education accessible to all. This year's Guiding Star Person of the Year is Demetrius Grooms. Demetrius joined Edward Jones in June of 1998 as an associate in the Rotational Development Program. In 2000, he was named a limited partner with the firm and joined Retirement Services. During his tenure, Grooms has held a variety of team leader positions. He was named a departmental leader in 2004 and was responsible for a variety of functions in the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada. In 2010, he was named a group leader. In 2012, he assumed the role of Director of Retirement Services, and in 2015, he was named a principal with the firm. Grooms is also the founding president of LaSalle Charter School Board, and at one time chaired the board program committee of De La Salle Middle School. A few of his notable accomplishments as board chair for the school include doubling of student enrollment, establishment of a mentorship and tutoring program with 2 area universities, implementation of an after-school dinner program and parenting classes, the development of an electronic enrollment processing system, and utilization of a behavior management platform to track and support positive behavior interventions. Groom contributes to the students in which we serve and indeed transforms their lives in placing them and the school on a path to charter renewal. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and honoring the Guiding Star Person of the Year, Mr. Demetrius Grooms.
This is breaking script, so I'm already in trouble. I can already tell you that. And I had to grab my props. First of all, I want to say thank you to the De La Salle organization and also to the board of De La Salle for the partnership over the years. We've had a ride to say the least. So thank you all for putting up with me, not only when I was on that board, but when I transitioned to the LaSalle board. And I also want to say thank you to the LaSalle board because they also have to put up with me on a monthly basis. And as my wife would tell you, that's a full-time job for sure. I wasn't supposed to have any time, but I begged for a little bit of time because I rarely, if ever, get a chance to speak to a crowd like this about this school. So if you all would bear with me for a minute, I would really appreciate it. So I have to pick on Norm Meeker a little bit. Many of you know Norm, but about 8 years ago, I walked into Norm's office at Edward Jones, and for those of you who know Norm, rarely do you walk into an office to solve a problem and not leave out with an opportunity. And so that's what happened to me. I walked out not knowing really who De La Salle was or what the organization was, but I accepted the opportunity and really without any idea about what I might learn and certainly without knowing how I would grow. Now, my mother's an educator, and so I grew up with a significant amount of respect for teachers and administrators, but I also have an appreciation for the profession that only someone whose parent is in that world would know. And atop that, I also have a degree in education, one of my degrees. So of course, when I got this opportunity, I really thought, I pretty much know everything I need to know to do this. Boy, was I wrong. De La Salle and LaSalle have provided me with such a rewarding and inspiring experience, far more than I could have ever dreamed of, and certainly something that has changed my life. Now, you might ask, what kind of change are you talking about, Demetrius? Well, the kind of change that has required me to make a few renegotiations of time with my wife. The kind of change that requires me to enhance skills of strategic planning and prioritization and time management. Although my good friend Jackie Jones and my LaSalle board members might say that time management one needs a little work from our board meetings going long. And they would be right, because I am a work in progress for sure. But it's the kind of change that caused me to love my family and appreciate them in ways that I didn't understand. It's the kind of change that has required me to constantly prioritize the needs of our students at LaSalle above any of the challenges that the organization might be facing. And as my fellow board member James Hill, who's here tonight, always reminds us, remember guys, we already have degrees. These kids only have one chance. His words serving as a reminder to us that we owe it to them to make every decision that we make be in their best interest. But the change that I've gone through is nothing compared to that of the staff and the students. The opportunities provided by the staff and what the students get through their experience with this organization are changing the trajectory of lives every day. Not because these kids are somehow destined for a subpar experience, because you see, I don't believe that anybody who's created in our Father's image is anything less than blessed and endowed with all that they need to be great. But to be clear, it's because the experiences provided by De La Salle are accelerators. They create change in the student's academic and social experience early enough to build the skills and the much-needed confidence to reach further and higher than they might have without it. But change is hard. From time to time over the past several years, we've faced challenges, both big and small, and we've made mistakes, for sure. I certainly have. But we've also had some successes. We've laughed and we've cried together, and my wife knows I cry a lot. And I truly feel that our parents, our students, and our staff and our board are all better for all of our collective experiences. And we're rewarded every year when our kids graduate and begin the school year again to start all over. But yes, change is hard. And yes, keeping things the same is really easy. But should getting better and smarter and stronger be easy? No amount of greatness in human history has ever been easy. So the expectation that the kind of change that we want to create in North St. Louis would be easy is really not a reality. So yes, change is hard. And from the seat that many of us sit in, we are at times overwhelmed with wondering how we individually can change the world that seems stricken with insurmountable poverty and poor health and educational systems that seem to not yet prepare our kids to lift them up to the level that's required for them to lead one day. A world that also wants us to believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness. But see, I don't believe that either. While I'm not a product of De La Salle, I'm a product of Dr. Gwendolyn Grooms, my mother. And my mother knew that stretch opportunities would provide me, throughout my life, would provide me the opportunity for a brighter future. So I can tell you from personal experience, the things that De La Salle does for these kids is certainly transformational. So lucky for you, I have some good news tonight. I'm happy to say that tonight it's going to be really easy for all of us to make an impact. Yes, indeed, we all have the opportunity tonight to change what most will say is impossible. Tonight we have the opportunity to offer our support to the programs at De La Salle. Tonight we all have the chance to change the life of a student with just one simple, easy gesture. Tonight, all you have to do is raise your hand. Thank you again.
All right, thanks, Demetrius. That was great. I don't have to say anything now. I should just go home. But I want to thank you again to all of our honorees tonight. You, in addition to many supporters and volunteers, are key in making our organization an amazing environment for students and graduates to learn and grow. Tonight, I'd like to share with you a brief update on the progress of our school students and graduates. Our De La Salle staff work hard year-round to support our middle, high school, and post-secondary students with whatever they need to be successful. The Encompass staff is on the front lines every day, counseling graduates, visiting high schools, helping students navigate their educational journey. This year, we began providing enrichment classes throughout the school day, which means that every student receives classes focused on art, music, PE, and STEM, something that had only been offered in the after-school hours. We did this with the help of over 20 partner organizations like COCA, Ignite Theater, Craft Alliance, and the Oxygen Project. I'm also happy to announce that all of our 8th grade students, who will soon be graduating on May 30th, have been placed in 17 area high schools, some private, some public, some charter. Additionally, 5 high school seniors have received scholarships to Maryville, Fontbonne, Webster, and St. Louis University. Throughout the course of this year, LaSalle Middle School students have participated in a variety of educational field trips, community service projects, and learning opportunities, including World Food Day, college trips, YMCA Youth and Government Day in Jefferson City, Gateway to the Great Outdoors camping trips, and a whole host of other enriching experiences. One big highlight was the Black History Month program that included a living museum with historical figures and a special ensemble performance from students. These enriching experiences cannot be done without the help of our numerous partners: Ignatian Volunteer Corps, SLU student tutors, and African Americans in Monsanto Mentor Program, who are providing guidance and leadership to our middle school students on a daily basis with care, community, and zeal. So please, let's hear a round of applause for all of our volunteers who volunteer every day with our students. Lastly, as we begin planning for next year and beyond, our goal and my hope is that we will expand our partner relationship model to our graduates, providing those high school students and post-secondary students with valuable resources they will need, such as leadership training, internship opportunities, professional training courses, and enriching experiences that help solidify our values of service, justice, and inclusivity. I hope that we can count on all of you in this room to continue to support our mission of making a quality education accessible to all. Thank you so much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Who's having a good time tonight? Well, I know I am. So when a genie's around, you know what that means. It means you get a wish, you get a wish, you get a wish. Everyone gets a wish. But you know what? I'm tired of granting wishes. I want you to grant some wishes for me tonight. For my first wish, I wish you knew how important enrichment programs are to young people at LaSalle Middle School. They get to experience everything from theater, robotics, chess, and even farming. These are some amazing opportunities. For my second wish, I wish you knew that these partnerships aren't free. We can continue to rise like the stars we are with your support. And for my last wish, you know what? I'm feeling generous. I'll let you all make a wish. Think real hard. Wow, you all wish to take pictures with Najee Coleman, the best actor at LaSalle Middle School. Well, I know Najee, and I think that can happen. Grant some wishes tonight and help make enrichment programming a dream come true. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
De La Salle supports our students through high school, college, and post-secondary. We have a lot of support services that we provide to the students and the families to help them get into the high school that they want to get into, to help them decide what they want to do once they graduate from high school.
When De La Salle started, it was built to create educational opportunity where it didn't exist prior, or at least wasn't enough. And we just keep doing that and keep trying to get more and more kids more and more opportunity.
Many of our students are underrepresented, and underrepresented may mean low income, may mean that they're African American, but I think that the De La Salle mission really serves those families and students.
During that time, blacks started to find their mark in society. We started figuring out that we can be entrepreneurs.
It just felt like a family. So that's why I started to love it, and I actually saw how they really cared about the kids.
It really takes someone to see it to be it. If they don't see it here, they would never know the endless opportunities.
That's really our job, is to help them see all the possibilities and then not even think about that those aren't possibilities.
They're seeing us as educators and administrators, helping them along the way, and they're also getting the rigor of academics, but they are totally feeling that sense of having that champion.
My favorite part is talking to students and being there with students. They make my day, even with text messages or talking to them at their high schools, and then seeing them really blossom into what they wanted to be or what they wanted to do.
Ms. Boss is just a joy. She helped me so far throughout LaSalle and Cardinal Ritter. I'm just happy to have her by my side.
And I like everything about it, how they prep them for different things. And it's like they always have something to do. It's always something new, or college trips. And, you know, I like that. You're in middle school getting ready for college. Like, you don't hear about that a lot.
But it all starts with those relationships that we have with our students and the families. That's the key that we have that holds everything together.
We are in our kids and in their families' lives for as long as they'll have us.
I've heard a teacher say how much they love their students, but like the whole staff, everybody involved, say how much they love their students and how much they invest.
If they love being in this space and they feel supported, they're going to really take the rigor and the information that teachers are giving them and help them to get to that next space in life.
It's just what it's like to be around like teachers that you know, like you can trust, and like you can look back on it and be like, Oh, Miss Strickland and Miss Jenny and Miss Boss really helped me.
It's not just the impact of the students' lives that are here, but it's hopefully an impact in the community as a whole. And if that means that those students get a better education, then their future students maybe also get a better education and then can fulfill their dreams truly and be just fulfilled in life.
When I see people that feel comfortable in who they are and are comfortable where they are and where they're headed, I think that's the ultimate piece for me. The four-year college is not the answer for everyone, but we know that there are post-secondary answers for everyone. How do we get them to that space? How do we help identify it?
If it wasn't for the school, and the help that they give, I wouldn't be able to afford it or, do it. So, I'm forever grateful that my financial situation didn't keep my son from being the best that he can be, but because we're family here at this school, he's able, and Anaya's able, to even think about it. This is the best school my kids have ever been in. This school here, the best school I've ever been a part of.
Hello all, thank you for having me tonight. My name is Corey Stewart Glaze, and I am somebody. I am somebody who graduated, let's say, a few years ago. But in actuality, that few years ago is 15 years ago. As you heard earlier, I graduated in the first ever class of De La Salle Middle School all the way back in 2004. So before I start, earlier I was presented with the Alumni of the Year Award for Distinguished Alumni. First, I want to say thank you to La Salle, but I want to accept that award on behalf of all the distinguished alumni because it's not just me, it's a ton of us, and I think they all need recognition. All right, here we go. So a little over a month ago, Trisha reached out an email and sent me a message. And in that email, she said, she kind of explained what the award was and then explained why I was being chosen for it. She said, Corey, you are someone who graduated from De La Salle, someone who has grown to graduate from post-secondary school, and someone who is living a successful life. And that's the best compliment I've ever had, so thank you, Trisha. But also, she said, someone who has given back to De La Salle anyway. She said, you've given back financially, but also she said, you volunteer all the time to come and speak at these events to share your experience. When she said I was being honored, I laughed. You want to know why I laughed? Because I said, they want to honor me for telling my story. They want to recognize me for telling the story that was given to me. The story that could have been completely different if it wasn't for De La Salle Middle School. So that's why I come and share at any of these events. Well, actually, there's two reasons. First reason, I love to talk. So if anyone who knows me, they know I love to talk. But the second reason is stories like mine need to be heard. So as I thought, what am I going to talk about? Hit a writer's block. And after a few while, I just said, ask myself the question, why? One simple word, why? And as I'm speaking tonight, I challenge all of you to think of the question why. And at the end, it'll make sense. And I finally landed on something after asking myself why. I said, I've attended some great institutions. I'm part of some great organizations. But why am I so passionate when I speak about De La Salle Middle School? Why does this small middle school in North St. Louis mean so much to me? And then I realized, if it wasn't for this school, I wouldn't be the man I am today. This place shaped and molded me into who I am. And you know what? I'm forever grateful, and I always feel indebted to them. So that's why. And earlier, Trish said a few things about what I've done for De La Salle, what I've given. Now I want to give you three things that De La Salle has given me. The first, a sense of purpose and confidence. I am somebody. You know how powerful those three words are? I am somebody. This is a saying that is used at De La Salle multiple times of every day. This is telling kids you are somebody and you should always know your worth. Confidence. What's the first thing someone does? What's the first thing a student does when a stranger comes in? They look you in your eye with their head held high and shake your hand and say, "Hi, my name is, welcome to De La Salle." I learned that from here, and I still do that to this day. I want to say it's all in the thematic of I am somebody. It's more than just a saying or a motto. It's the truth and a way of life. The second thing they taught me, they gave me a support system. So for me, I was blessed. I was blessed with some very supportive and loving parents, grandparents, friends, and family. But I was also blessed with a middle school that truly cared. You know, I always think about what makes someone successful. What's the key to success? And for me, my thought, you can have all the money in the world, you can have the best teachers, you can have the best schools. But to be successful, you need a strong support system. And that's what De La Salle has been for me. And, you know, for me, for De La Salle, they cultivate you while you're there, but they also prepare you for the future and support you on your journey. So, you know, such things as tuition assistance, which my family definitely needed when I went to CBC. Providing just guidance, which I've texted or called some of my teachers to ask, hey, what should I do in this situation? And lastly, but not least, the graduate support program. I think that's one of the best programs at De La Salle. Wait, you know something I just thought about? You know who was my graduate support director? Her name's Melissa Bricky. Melissa Bricky is sitting back there with my family and friends because I invited her here. You know why I invited her? Because she went from a graduate support director to a friend, and a really good friend at that. You don't see that everywhere else. You don't see that relationship blossom after the student has left the school. The last thing that I feel that De La Salle really has given me, an inspiration to succeed. So growing up, I had no idea that I can go to college without playing a sport. I had no idea I can be a regular person and attend post-secondary school. Because it was just an unconscious thought, because growing up in my neighborhood, the people who looked like me, they weren't going to college. But when I went to La Salle, they instilled in me, not only you're gonna graduate high school, you're gonna graduate college, and then we're gonna be there when you graduate. And that's exactly what happened. So on the outside, many may look at this as it's just a school. But to me and many others, this place is a blessing and a family. So having said all that, we know the real reason we're here tonight. It's been a wonderful night. We've had a great meal, some good drinks, but La Salle needs your investments. They need your investment to continue to positively affect the inner city youth in North St. Louis. And I hope you guys heard that I didn't say donation. Not a donation, it's an investment. And so for me, I study business. I started investing. So if there's any smart investor, what do you want? A positive return on investment. All right, here you go. I'm your return on investment. The 98% high school graduation rate, your return on investment. The 86% college acceptance rate, your return on investment. The 100 of alumni positively affecting and changing their neighborhood for the best is your return on investment. And without all of you, none of that is possible. And I promise I will end here. Remember I told you at the beginning of the night, think of the question, why? What, right? Yeah. All right. And I hope you've been thinking in your head, why invest in La Salle? But after hearing my story, seeing that interview with Art and seeing this, seeing the video of the day in the life and seeing how this school truly impacts our lives for the better, I asked you why, but I guess the only question I can really ask you is why not? Thank you. Freshman, man. Freshman.
So I understand why you all asked me to do this, but this is the guy who should be emceeing. I'm just saying, You all are missing an opportunity here. He's got a much better story than I do.
Thank you.
By the way, I don't get I'm a sock collector, so I don't get to talk to a sock expert very often. How's my sock game? What do you think?
They could be better with defined socks, but I'll send you some to the station.
I want to know what your email address or your website address
we'll
is.
do.
Okay, cool. Okay, let me find what page I'm supposed to be on here. Because I think we skipped a few. Okay. 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 I think we can all see the impact that De La Salle has had on your life, Corey, and how passionate you are about education. And now we come to the part of the evening where we ask you to raise your paddle to support the good work being done by De La Salle. The Fund to Need is a great way to help ensure that graduates like Corey have access to the resources and services provided by De La Salle. Now we need your help to make dreams come true. And how often do you get to do that? As you make your pledge tonight, please hold your bid number up until I read it out loud. I'm old, I don't have great eyesight, so hold it up. Eventually I will see it. Then fill out the form on back to support the students. If you signed up for Express Pay this evening, just check that box on the form, and volunteers will gather the forms at the end of the auction. Tonight, we would like to start the evening off with asking who can help support at $25,000. Now, before you make your decision, and I hope I see a few hands raised, paddles, I should say, $25,000 supports college exposure trips for 1 year for the entire middle school student body. These visits inspire kids to work toward higher education and the importance of success in high school. So, does anyone want to raise their paddle for $25,000? 152, thank you. 152. Anyone else? Don't leave him hanging. Anyone else? Anyone else for $25,000? Sir, thank you very much.
Art, they gave me a mic, so we can just do this. That was awesome, thank you. So let's see who can support us at $10,000. So for $10,000, that will support ACT test.
Oh, okay.
Not on my shit.
That's, when you do these things, you just kind of roll with it, right? There's no rules. So we're going from $25,000 to $15,000. It's handwritten, but it's here. So it's all good. So, would anyone like to raise their paddle for a $15,000 donation? 238, ma'am, thank you very much. Anyone else? Anyone else for $15,000? Anyone else? Thank you very much. Corey.
Are you sure?
Not necessarily.
Thank you, Art. Let's see who can support us at $10,000. So at $10,000, that supports ACT test preparations for all high school juniors. As I said earlier, 86% of all De La Salle graduates have been accepted to a post-secondary institution. This can help ensure that our high school seniors have the best opportunities to prepare for college and acceptance and compete for scholarships. So, who do we have at $10,000? 181, 213. We have some more. Come on. 174. Anyone else? Come on. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
All right, our next level of donation is $10,000. Go ahead, raise it. That's okay. You don't have to wait. Get it up there. 162. Thank you very much. And 148 in the back. Thank you. $10,000. Okay. $5,000. $5,000. Anyone else for $5,000? 206, 211, 231, 144.
I think I'm next. All right. Thank you, Art, again. I can feel the energy. So I know we can have some supporters at $2,500. And so with $2,500, they can provide a one-year scholarship for a student to attend a private high school this fall. We have students who will be attending the CBC High School, Chaminade, DeSmet, Incarnate Word, Cardinal Ritter, Rosati Kane, St. John Vianney, St. Mary's, Trinity Catholic, and St. Louis University High. You can help make college prep education more accessible with your gift. So who do we have at the $2,500 level? 252, 134, 289, 219, 167, 161, 134, 244. Do we have any more? Come on. All right, thank you guys so much.
So now we're going to find a level for everyone in the room tonight who can support us at $1,000. $1,000 will help to support 1/4 of one of our enrichment classes for our middle school students. Well, you know what? I'm just going to start reading off numbers, okay? Thank you. All right, we got 183, 110, 126, 195, 178, 299, 235, 141, 258, 228, 218, 260, 315, 169, thank you, 243, thank you. Thank all of you. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Thank you.
All right, let's see who we can get at the $500 level. Who can we count on? So with $500, help our teachers and staff attend professional development to strengthen our knowledge and their commitment to the LaSallian charisma. Who do we have at the $500 level? 500. Okay. We're going to go from this side over. 307, 113, 311, 136, 216, 256, 184, 240, 291. Starting the back, 147, 301, 257, 284, and 171, and 191. Thank you.
You know, the script says that we're winding down, but you know, it feels like we're just getting started, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. So I know some of you would love to support us at $250. That will allow a student to attend summer bridge programs as they transition to area private high schools. Raise your paddle if you'd like to contribute at the $250 level.
I don't have a...
112, 262, 294, 310, 122, thank you. 286, 225, 272, 169. Did I miss anybody?
Me.
318.
No, I want to put 250, and so I don't have a card, so I want 280. That's me. Put that down.
280. Thank you very much.
Okay. All levels of support are just as important and impactful. So who do we have at the $100 gift? So this will provide one day of summer scholars programming for one student. Summer Scholars supports rising high juniors and seniors through the application and decision process for college. Our hope is that 20 graduates will attend this week-long program. This means we need 100 of you to jump in and show your support. Now let's see how close we can get. All right, 111, 241, 140, 275. It's upside down. 320, 154, 199, 235, 268, 164, 238, 266, 153, 276. Are there any more? Thank you so much. 269, I'm sorry.
Corey, thank you very much. And thanks to all of you who chose to stand with the LaSalle students and let them know that they are indeed somebody. On behalf of De La Salle, the students, teachers, and parents, I thank you for joining us this evening. Please stay for the post-reception. I'm Art Holliday. I am somebody. And I have been your MC for the evening. I'm out.